As long as I feel like I'm telling the truth, I don't have fear. That's all I want to say. Lots of people who like, have made casteist or sexist jokes in the past. I know them not to be that person in real life. If they're apologizing for it 5 years hence and in their track record otherwise, they're not bigots or they're not sexists. I think the apology should at least be considered.
I have not met a single actor who comes and says that because my father forced me, I'm in this industry. You will meet engineers, doctors, every other profession where people may talk about like talk about this, that I was forced into this. Nobody is forced into this industry. It is your own choice. As far as the personal life is concerned, it changed a lot of things for me. Like I repaid my home loan. So yeah, that's a big, big thing in Bombay when you buy a house.
Absolutely, congratulations.
आई डोंट माइंड द रूमर कि ये बड़ी सीरियस है, बड़ी नो नॉनसेंस है, कुछ बोल देगी, मुझे कोई छेड़ता नहीं, मेरे सामने कोई अब अभद्र टिप्पणी नहीं करता, तो वो अच्छी अफवाह है मेरे लिए. इट्स वेरी यूजफुल टू मी. आई डोंट माइंड इट एट ऑल.
Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma, and you're watching Zoom TV. Today, I have with me two talented actors who will next be seen in the upcoming show, The Great Indian Murder. Please join me in welcoming Richa Chadha and Pratik Gandhi. Hello, welcome.
Hi Parul, hi Pratik.
Hello.
So we will have to make do with the Zoom situation because life is life and this pandemic is never ending. Okay, so diving right in, the murder mystery and thriller genres have been explored in like infinite ways over the years, we can say, right? What do you both feel are certain key elements that make for like the perfect whodunit, and how does the Great Indian Murder fare on that scale?
I think it's primarily the script, and then how the script is handled. In this case, the text itself was so amazing that uh, it lends itself very nicely to the writing of a series screenplay. Like
Absolutely.
it's a page turner, so there are nice cliffhangers naturally in the text. So for me, it's first and foremost the writing, then treatment, color tone, DOP, and obviously director putting everything cohesively together.
Sure. Pratik, what about you?
Yes, I would agree to this. The writing is the primarily requirement for this genre, and the logic everywhere. Logic has to flow seamlessly, perfectly. So there, I mean, nobody should be able to, question any logic. And this being a series, it's a long format in any case, and this is a very, very complex subject.
Sure.
There is one murder, there are six suspects,
Yeah.
and multiple people involved, stories traveling to different cities, different cultures, different background, and there is a political angle to it. So a lot of things happening, and I guess script is the base for this, and without the script it's very difficult to pull this off.
Sure. Do you both feel that there's like, considering there's a book on the subject, like that comparison is sort of inevitable? Obviously, you can't get the entirety of the book onto the screen because it's just not possible as much as we'd like it. But is there like that little bit of pressure to like, will it live up to it and, be as brilliant?
Yes, in fact, the book has a vast universe. This particular
Absolutely.
book, it has a vast universe. The subject is also it's a big subject. It requires a big scale.
Sure.
And I can very well say that the series has been able to do justice to that vastness of the subject. And I guess Richa can add more to it, but this is what I have felt when I was working on it.
That's a pretty good thing to feel
Say,
about it.
yeah, I think that see, also the book came out in 2008,
Yeah.
so I feel like there may be a lot of people who haven't read the book first, and then commonly held belief is that uh, the film never matches up to the book, and that feeling I also have had in many of the books that
Sure.
have been turned into films. But here, that's why it's a series, because there was so much material in the uh, original book that that you needed so many episodes to you do justice to every character, and perhaps another season. Who knows if the murder can be solved in just one season? No one
Oh.
knows. We can't tell you either. So I'm saying I know it's a commonly held belief that book हमेशा बेहतर होती है, but in this case I'm pretty confident.
You've gotten close.
It's going to be I mean, for me it really matters that the author feels happy, and he
Right.
has been happy with the screenplay.
That's
Yeah, she's
lovely to
watched
hear.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, Richa, so you don't mess around when it comes to unapologetically putting your opinion out there, inviting backlash or not, holding people accountable when it's necessary. And I personally feel that's very important in today's day and age, right? Now, in a society where cancel culture is gaining more and more steam, how important is it for you to speak your mind? And are you ever afraid that backlash one day might be too much and have like an unchangeable effect on your career?
No, first of all, though, see, I mean, there's you have I mean, as long as I feel like I'm telling the truth, I don't have fear. That's all I want to say. If I feel like what I'm saying is true and I'm speaking beyond my self-interest, then I really don't have fear. I feel like the universe will protect me. And as far as cancel culture is concerned, uh, I don't know if we can, like, I don't. This is a is it time to question the viability? There should be consequence culture, yes, but I don't know
Absolutely.
about the validity or the utility of cancel culture. If you tell somebody
Sure.
you're so stupid because you this is what you believe,
Sure.
you're so dumb, it just ends up creating more binaries in society where people can no longer have a dialogue.
It's very
And
counterproductive.
there's no consensus. Like people are like, oh, I don't wanna engage. I do
Yes.
not want to engage with this. And they
Sure.
use all this like सत्य पराजित हो सकता है, पर परेशान परेशान हो सकता है, पराजित नहीं. So that
Right.
and this, I don't know. I mean, it's a tricky landscape.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what the utility of it is. Yes, there should be consequences. If somebody has been accused of assault, they should be taken to task, and their life and their livelihood should suffer the same way like Harvey Weinstein accosted so many women. And I
Yeah.
don't feel in the least bit bad for what happened to him and how Jeffrey
Absolutely.
Epstein. That is a legal reaction of
Sure.
a real life crime. But अगर 10 साल पहले किसी ने कोई डिस्टेस्टफुल रिमार्क मारा था और उस वजह से you want to be like I can no longer engage with them, but then there's
Sure.
just like you're putting yourself on a pedestal. You're saying that I am not capable of mistakes, or you are above reproach, and it's kind of
Right.
like a moral, like
Higher standing that you're
talking
taking.
talking somebody down, like I can tell you what this is and you have no right to even exist.
Sure.
And I find that it doesn't leave room for improvement or apologies. There are lots of people who have made casteist or sexist jokes in the past. I know them not to be that person in real life. I know that उस दिन कोई ट्रेंड चला था, एक टॉपिक पे लोग जोक बना रहे थे, सबने बना लिया. If they're apologizing for it 5 years hence, and in their track record otherwise, they're not bigots or they're not sexists, I think the apology should at least be considered.
Counts
They
for
should
something.
not be cancelled. The hate should not be so much that you're telling their wives and sisters, "Okay, I hope they die." What?
Sure.
Who
Sure.
are you?
I'd asked Ali the same question a couple of months back, and he was like, "Yes, yes, it has affected us. So we don't get a lot of work for the things that we stand for." And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense." Or taking
Yeah.
off from my
But
previous,
yet he has a flourishing career in Hollywood, and I
absolutely,
have one here. So, like I said, the universe protects us. I'm not worried.
absolutely. Taking off from this question, Richa, this has obviously ended up creating a bit of a perception of you as a little bit of a serious person and very no nonsense. And this is my first time interviewing you, so I'm hoping to get to know you better. Amidst all of this, do you think there are certain things about Richa as a person that have been lost in translation and they're not kind of seen?
No, see, the thing is, even if we have this interview and it goes, people will watch it, they'll get a better sense of who I am as opposed to when I type a few words,
Absolutely.
first of all. And secondly, I don't think we should, I don't mind the no nonsense image because it really protects me in the industry. I don't mind it, even if it's a rumor.
Right.
I don't mind the rumor कि ये बड़ी सीरियस है, बड़ी नो नॉनसेंस है, कुछ बोल देगी. मुझे कोई छेड़ता नहीं, मेरे सामने कोई अब अभद्र टिप्पणी नहीं करता, तो वो अच्छी अफवाह है मेरे लिए. It's very useful to me. I am very protected because of it, and I don't mind it at all. And as far as getting to know the real person, usme to I think the medium is a problem. Like,
Sure.
um, if I bet like this has drawbacks. Like if there's a wonderful, very successfully running series called Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma,
Ulta,
running for
right,
decades. I bet if those actors go on the streets, even if they are going to a cremation, someone will expect them to laugh or tell a joke. So the
right,
reverse of that is true also. If I've played serious characters and people think that I'm a serious person, it's useful and also not.
right.
Similarly, for people who do comedy, or for what if Pratik goes to apply for a personal loan to start a new business, and he's in his previous series he's only defaulting on loans,
I love it.
you know. तो
Yeah,
क्या
sure.
ये भी हो सकता है यार, because people are very affected by what they see
See, yeah,
on the screen. Like there was this anecdote about Pran Saab being at a red light in Juhu Signal, and one woman I know who's now in her 60s, she was like, at that time I was a teenager, but I ran all the way back home because I saw him in a car. There's no logic, but she got scared of him and ran away. So
Sure.
this is the medium. I don't take it too seriously actually, so I'm not bothered much by it.
I really like that interpretation of it.
Mhm.
Pratik, initially coming from regional cinema and going on to get pan India acceptance, love, and recognition, what are some of the struggles and obstacles that you think people and other actors should be made aware of, which aren't highlighted or talked about that much when you don't technically start off in Bollywood in India?
so I guess the biggest thing that every actor should know, uh, for sure, who is coming from a different world to this mainstream industry, is that it's only you who can make it or break it for yourself. Nobody has that power to do anything for you.
Sure.
So first, at the moment you do that, you think that you take everything in your control. Stop blaming the world and the others. No bitterness and no negativity around. This is the only
Wow, wow,
thing
wow,
which
wow.
will change the thought process completely upside down, and that has helped me a lot. Because the
Right.
way you the moment you think that, there is, you constantly find scope for improvement.
Sure.
If this has not worked, if this audition has not worked, let me make it more impactful next time. उसमें ये अगर the moment you start thinking कि यार वो तो अभी उसी को देना था तो मुझे क्यों बुलाया, then I was the best, still he didn't consider, but that doesn't solve the purpose.
Sure.
In fact, it will stop you from any improvement. So this smaller shift in a thought process will make a big change in lives of the actors. And the other thing is that struggle, I guess this word should be banned from the industry. इतना negative word है ना struggle. The moment I feel I'm struggling, I'll go in self pity. मैं बेचारा, पर तुम बेचारे अकेले नहीं हो ना. There are 10 thousands of people. There are lakhs of people who are doing their own struggle in their own lives.
Absolutely.
So it's not struggle. It's एक तो पहले तो ये मैं इंडस्ट्री में इसलिए आया था इस काम में, that because I enjoy. I have not met a single actor who comes and says that because my father forced me, I'm in this industry. You
Right.
will meet you will meet engineers, doctors, every other profession where people may talk about talk about this, that I was forced into this. Nobody is forced into this industry. It is your own choice.
That's very
So
true,
you rather,
actually.
yeah, so you rather enjoy it.
Right. You also sort of became like this overnight sensation after the success of Scam 1992, and that brilliant underdog artist perception was kind of created in the audience's mind, which they loved. After finding that kind of unique critical and commercial acclaim that you did, what mental state did you find yourself in personally and professionally, knowing that key now so many eyeballs are now on you and every move that you're making?
So professionally and personally both, it's a very, very exciting time in any actor's life, I would say. And so as is it is in my life too. People are excited about watching my next project. There are makers who are excited to work with me. There are stories written for me. That's how it is presented to me. हमने आपको ध्यान में रख के लिखा है.
Sure.
So it's fascinating. It's very satisfying. It's very, very satisfying. And as far as the personal life is concerned, it changed a lot of things for me. Like I repaid my home loan. So yeah, that's a big, big thing in Bombay when you buy a house.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
So, just a 2 BHK house that I bought after 10 years of coming to Bombay, and I repaid the loan. So these things are a welcoming change in my life that has happened.
And
Can I
just
add to this thing? This is what makes Pratik so endearing. He's just lovely. He's so lovable for this reason. I want to say, आपने बोला overnight success. I want to say that, the Beatles played 500 free gigs before they were an overnight success. So you'll only see his success today, but his
sure,
his struggle, which was it's not a struggle in the sense that he was crying every night, but he was doing something out of passion which was not financially rewarding immediately.
right,
Maybe people around him didn't understand his dream कि तू इंजीनियर है भाई, तू क्यों सुबह 5 बजे उठ के नाटक की रिहर्सल करने जाता है, नाटक कौन देखता है, तू वो वाली फिल्म कर हीरोइन के साथ वगैरह. These are the विशेष टिप्पणीज would have come to him from many quarters. So I don't think that any success actually is overnight, unless you're born with a silver spoon and you're pushed into the world like that. That's your, I don't know
absolutely.
what it is, destiny or whatever. But this success that he's seeing right now is certainly not overnight, and I think that's why he regards it so much, he values it so much. That's why he says home loan wali baat kitni sateek aur kitni, like, it's true for all of us.
Absolutely. वैसे मैंने सक्सेस में ही सेंसेशन बोला था.
Oh, overnight sensation. Chalo,
Sensation.
sensation
Yes,
nahi.
it's crazy.
Because
Sensation.
sorry.
I heard the word overnight. I'm sorry.
No. I absolutely understand, because absolutely where you get from one point to the next, a lot of hard work and
Yeah.
preparation, and I'm sure many sleepless blood, sweat, tears nights have gone into it. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
completely agree with what you did say.
Yeah.
Um,
But without, I mean, I don't want to color it with different thought, but just to take this forward is that, and I am so thankful for whatever that I could do all these years.
sure.
So that when scam was offered or when the Great Indian Murder is offered, I can deliver now with confidence. ये सारी चीजें अगर 10-15 साल पहले हुई होती तो मुझे नहीं पता मैं शायद इतना डिलीवर कर पाता कि
Right.
सो ये सारा जो भी किया जो भी रिगर हुआ ना आई गेस इट वाज गुड एंड आई फील माई सेल्फ लकी दैट आई कुड गो थ्रू दीज एक्सपीरियंसेस
It was
जिसे
worth
शायद
it.
नहीं मिलता उनको बहुत बड़ा लॉस होता
Absolutely. I have a small segue question for you, Pratik, because I'm genuinely interested to know about this. What do you have a love-hate relationship with scam yet? Because like every conversation sort of comes back to it. Is or like what is the relationship as of this day? Where does it stand with that? Because it's
oh
become like
yeah
the thing, right?
yeah so no I have only love relationship with scam because lots and lots of things happened before scam during scam after scam so
Yeah.
yes and I yeah so it has a special place in my life.
Absolutely. Love relationship. Okay. Richa, last year you announced your production house, Pushing Button Studios, with your partner Ali Fazal. Now, the name itself is a testament to both you and him as people. Why did you feel it was imperative for you to set up a production company, and what do you hope to do differently with this business than other production houses?
So we are very nascent and new, but I
Yes,
want to say that a lot of times, as actors, we've given it our blood, sweat, tears. Uh, I've like killed myself, got injuries over films that eventually didn't release, or uh, you know, gained 15 kgs and been trolled for a product that didn't turn out to actually my liking. And initially, this thought came from wanting more creative control in our lives because we are both creative. We both like cinema. We both like theater. We read literature. We have those interests. So how to translate that into the screen, take a chance on ourselves, and make have more creative control about over the things that we want to do. This came from that space. And uh, pushing buttons is also like kind of like pushing the envelope and pushing somebody's buttons. And also, buttons in itself kitne tarah ke hote hain? There's so much diversity in buttons.
sure.
There's not one kind of button. There's arty buttons, colorful buttons, plain buttons, formal buttons, informal buttons, cufflinks. So there's all kinds of things. So I think the name came from there. And the first project that we have sort of we want to produce is something that in which we are both not acting. We have only been involved in it intellectually.
Yeah.
It's won a few grants now and things like that. So we are
Yeah.
very proud of this. Like,
Congratulations on that, by the way.
thank you. Yeah, it won the French Cinema du Monde grant, and we
Yeah.
want to make quality content that comes out of India that can go to the global market. And this thought had been in my mind for a long time. If Roma can win an Oscar, which is such a rooted story from Mexico,
Yeah.
and if Parasite can win an Oscar, which is a story from Korea, I don't think this was possible 20 years ago. So I really want to present amazing Indian stories because India also has so much diversity. Gujarati,
Absolutely.
Kannada, Malayalam, Assamese, Hindi. I don't want one narrative to dominate. So we can present really good quality stories coming out of India and take them to the global audience. Otherwise, till now we've had a Western eye. Like
Yeah.
for Slumdog Millionaire, it was a white man's film. The Life of Pi was a white man's
Through the
film, a
lens. Yeah.
retelling of an Indian story, but from the Western perspective. And apart from like Meera Nair and a few people who have sort of brought this to the world, and now recently Chaitanya Temhane, Rohena Gera, all these
Yeah.
amazing, Vivek Gombar. That's a different situation. But I'm saying, uh, as the time is right, I feel I want to be able to, pass it forward. I want to hire new actors who are not from the industry or even from Bombay. I want to find new people from the villages, give them a chance to whatever. I mean, we are not Yash Raj. We are a
Mhm.
really small creator studio, but why not? We want to do that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me, guys. This has been a lovely conversation. I wish both of you the best of luck for all your future endeavors.
Thanks. Thanks,
Thank you
Parul.
very
Hope to meet
much.
you in person sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would love to. Bye. Have a good day, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Same.
Bye.